An earthquake today in the debate over men and prostate cancer and that simple blood test called a PSA. 20 million men use it to find out if they show a sign of risk. Yet today, a government task force is saying healthy men should skip that test, arguing that the treatment that often follows the test may not be worth the consequences. All this amid a firestorm of response. And here's ABC's Sharon Alfonsi.
The PSA is just a simple blood test, but the government task force suggests the test, for too many men, ultimately leads to more harm than good. Here's their argument. A man takes the test and gets a positive result. Further testing follows, revealing cancer cells in his prostate. More often than not, the decision is made to attack the cancer with surgery, radiation, or both. But the panel says statistics show the man's cancer could very well have been harmless. That the greater danger comes from the possible complications of treatment, impotence, incontinence, and in a tiny number of cases, death after surgery. Even the man who developed the test is now calling its widespread use a public health disaster. But try telling that to William Dalal. Just today, the 61-year-old found out he has prostate cancer.
Had I not had this test, we probably would not have found this because I did not have other symptoms.
Herb Lepore is Dalal's doctor and chairman of NYU's urology department.
I want the cancer out.
Lepore says the task force is ignoring the fact that there's been a 40% reduction in prostate cancer's deaths since PSA testing's been in place.
To say that we shouldn't get PSA, that takes us back to prostate cancer literally being a death sentence.
And while the government panel points to statistics as a reason for healthy men to skip the PSA, William Dalal points to his family as the reason he took it anyway.
I have a wife and two lovely boys, 15 and 16, and I plan to be around for a long time with them, so I'm happy to have the ability to treat this cancer early.
Sharon Alfonsi, ABC News, New York.
Joined here now by our health and medical editor, Dr. Richard Besser. Okay, Rich, this is the sort of thing that drives people crazy because it's so confusing. Where do you start?
Here's my advice. Don't have this test done until you understand what may follow after that, what all the risks and benefits are. It's your body. And so have your doctor walk you through it. If I have a high result, what may come from that? What would we do? Once you have that information, you can make that decision because in the end, it's a personal decision every man needs to make. I reviewed the evidence for me and decided not to have the test.
Because you don't have risk factors in your family? Or?
I don't have risk factors, and I think within the next decade, there's going to be a better test.
Run through risk factors for me once more.
The biggest one is age. The older you are, the bigger the risk factor. African Americans are at greater risk, and if you have a first-degree relative, a parent, a brother, an uncle, that puts you at increased risk.
So you're not saying everybody should not have it. You're saying first talk and understand what it does and doesn't do.
This is one of those where one size does not fit all.
Okay. Dr. Richard Besser, thanks again.